County Jail inmates population last night around 6 p.m. Our primary goal was to clear out 1/3 of the private jail, Marion County Jail 2 is usually referred to. And we moved the inmate workers. So they were safely moved in here by 1:30 last night. We'll continue the operations at a time and choosing of our dates. As you've seen, there were some others moved yet this morning. At this point, everything's run smoothly. For anyone who's thinking that this is just a smooth operation that they can come and watch, and we take this very seriously. We don't want to be approached when the vans are moving from point to point. Anybody who had a foolish idea, thought this is the time to get their friend out, they would be met with heavy resistance. Nobody's going to leave this motorcade without us choosing them to. Actually, last Monday during the college football championship game, we moved about 200 women. And a smaller number of juveniles. So that was getting us set to accept the process with some of the less problem people that we have to deal with. So then we took the lower level threats out of the private jail.
Okay, let me just respond to this. This is my response as an inmate that was there whenever the transfer from the old jail to the new jail. They moved us on the night of the college football game championship. They moved the first two blocks, which was A and B, 3A and 3B, the high felony women blocks. And when they moved us, it was a simple process. They changed us in a quick uniform. They made us leave pretty much everything behind, which we knew that, but still a lot. Even though the process was quick, the little 30-minute change out when we left, we didn't know we were going to be wearing that uniform for the next 2 weeks. We got no laundry. We got no hygiene stuff, no nothing for the first 2 weeks there. We literally had the same panties and everything that we came in. We were lucky if we got toilet paper during those 2 weeks. Also, 3 meals a day, sacks. I'm so sick of peanut butter and jelly, I never want to see it again. This is my first video, so I'm having some errors.
And then took the inmate workers who, for the ease of movement, and also they need to come to work here. I mean, our population is served by the inmate workers. They're fed, they're clothed. Those are supervised by deputy sheriffs and detention deputies, but the labor is provided by the inmates themselves.
How are the inmates reacting? How are they doing?
Chief Career was last night was down there when it occurred. I'm out here. We have Colonel Martin who's running the operations up there. I'm gonna let her address on what she might have felt from the inmate population. Deputy Chief Career.
The inmate population appears to be very pleased with their new living environment. There's a lot of questions as to some of the newer technology as to how to get that operated, but we have welcoming videos with instructions for the newer technology that will be playing throughout and streamed on the TVs inside the inmate housing units to the population. It's more of an open concept. Technology helps guide a lot of our processes to mitigate some of the issues that we saw at the Marion County Jail 1 previously due to the antiquated state of the facility. However, it's not going to solve everything, but we do think that efficiency will improve.
Okay, so just as me being somebody that had just got out of there, the technology still ain't out. The tablet system works sometimes.
Our fixed income ETFs are powered by our rigorous research and packaged in a cost-effective vehicle. They provide yield potential through professionally managed bond strategies with greater trading flexibility.
The tablets work sometimes. The phone system works sometimes. The TV works sometimes. They rushed everything to get to this new jail, and still, even a month into it, I was there a little over 6 weeks, and things still weren't right. Another thing is, I know you guys seen the news things, there's one guard to every 140 inmates. Well, sometimes you don't even see anybody unless it's time for feeding. They gave us this little device. It's like a watch, and our thing was this is how they were going to get us like our commissary, our different orders, whatever we needed. They work half the time they don't. Um, on the way over there, they told us these things were going to detect if we got close to somebody within a certain distance, if there was fights broke out. We basically was thinking that this is like some high technology. For the first few days, everybody thought, oh, it can record us, it knows what we're saying, it knows what we're doing. No. Pretty much nothing in the jail works like it was supposed to. Um, Even these little fancy little watch things that they gave us. The commissary, we didn't get commissary for 2 weeks. We didn't get commissary for 2 weeks before the move. After the move, it was 2 weeks. So basically, it was like we had no hygiene, no food, these sack lunches. I know being inmates, you're not supposed to be living in luxury or anything, but it is the things that accommodate you while you're there that make things a little better, especially hygiene. We really needed those things or whatever, and it was like nobody even cared. Um, it was well into going on the third week that things started to be a little bit normal. I mean, sometimes we weren't even getting fed until after midnight the next day, that dinner. Um, and then it would be like we were getting sacks for lunch, sacks for breakfast, sacks for dinner, no other like means of food or anything. So it was not the best situation, but it was definitely something that, I'm going to remember because all the little small things that you have in jail, the noodle packages, the eye care, the commissary, things that make things go smoother, sometimes can be cut off. Um, this incident, everything was cut off. We didn't even have clean laundry, so it made everything horrible. And it went from being 20 something women in a block to 64. So that's a big thing when you put 64 women where you don't have but limited things. It makes things rough. There was a lot of arguments, fights, disagreements. But like I said, this new facility, they didn't come in, they didn't do anything. We hardly even seen anybody. It was like the SWAT team would come around and feed us these sacks every day just to hurry up and get all of us fed. But other than that, we didn't see anybody unless it was time to feed or meds. Sometimes people that take medication wasn't even getting their medication for a day at a time the way the schedule was going. But this is my little short video I was gonna do as my first thing. So you guys know my version of the move and what we went through for the first 2 weeks, as opposed to what Marion County is reporting or whatever. Because I know some people still have loved ones there, maybe still not heard from them the right way or whatever because their system ain't working right to get messages through or phone calls or anything. So just stay tuned. Maybe subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'm going to do little short videos here and there of different things. So thank you for watching.